Webb then goes on to attack Aaron Raanan.
Now pay careful attention to the audio in the next clip. When the camera pans from Section Chief Frank Burns' face to a picture of a radio antenna that he appears to be holding, you no longer see his mouth move, and the mic gain increases noticeably.
We're off to see Frank Byrne, the antenna man.
You must have gone back thinking about.
Hi.
No, we just went ahead and ate, and he's probably 3 sheets to the wind.
Frank has tossed back a few drinks prior to my arrival.
I think you're going to want to talk to you too.
We tracked the first satellite in the world. We tracked the first everything that went to the moon, everywhere. This was one of the antennas that we received to learn the data from the spacecraft.
Yeah, you could, I guess you could simulate it, but it wasn't simulated. It was real life data.
Coming from the head guy at a radio tracking station, this is a very bold statement.
This is one of several character assassinations conducted by Aaron Raanan in a supposedly award-winning mockumentary, Did We Go? The fact that he obviously mucked with the audio and overdubbed Frank's words at one point, along with the fact that we didn't hear Raanan's actual lead-in question to Frank. It is clear that Frank was saying that the data fed to MCC could be simulated, which is consistent with the statement that Jarrah intentionally ignored on Jay Windley's website. Frank was obviously not talking about simulating data at the tracking station. This little excerpt combines the fallacies of poisoning the well with a straw man, misrepresenting Frank's words by outright tampering with the audio.
Webb has absolutely no evidence that the audio has been tampered with. His basis for the claim is Burns' audio increasing when Raanan gets a closer shot of the picture he's holding. Let's have another look at the video.
This was one of the antennas that we received to learn the data from the spacecraft. This was one of the antennas that we received to learn the data from the spacecraft. This was one of the antennas that we received to learn the data from the spacecraft.
If you look, you can clearly see the camera Raanan is using is handheld. And rather than simply increasing magnification on the camera's zoom lens, Raanan instead squats down closer to Burns' eye level to get a closer look. Webb claims to be an engineer. Therefore, he of all people should know perfectly well that the mic gain naturally increases when the mic gets closer to the said source of audio. The further away from the said source of audio, the more the mic gain decreases. Hell, anyone who's recorded narration for a video production knows that. Obviously right now, I'm holding this camera at arm's length. The audio is obviously very quiet, but as I move the camera closer to my face, you can see now that the audio gets much louder. Obviously, the audio is uncut, yet my voice gets louder. It's because the camera is much closer to me than it was at arm's length. Now it's quiet. Now it's loud. Now it's quiet. Now it's loud. No chicanery involved. That's all that warrants my attention from Webb's TETR-A video. As you can see, Webb has resorted to using strawman versions of his opponent's position, i.e. misrepresenting my use of Windley's and Braeunig statements about fooling MCC controllers with simulated data and trying to pin the TETR-A argument on me, even though I never used TETR-A in any of my arguments. And he's begun using his own misinterpretation of the most basic fundamentals of filmmaking as some kind of spurious proof that his opponents have taken people out of context. Get help, Phil.